All right, welcome back. Give us a call, 412-575-2600. We have a couple lines open, so call now. Got a couple tweets here. Cal Hammer, one of my favorites. If you're going to run it, why not use the bigger back Olsen? Good question. I do like Hall. I think he's going to be a good one, and I don't mind using him right there. I don't mind it even in that situation. Alex Officer got to make a block, and maybe he scores. But I would have done maybe some kind of, I would have had 2 plays there or some kind of run pass option for Pickett. It didn't look like that was the case. It looked like it was a handoff the whole way. So, yeah, you can question it now, and I think a lot of people are questioning it. But I question Jester Wheel on that 4th down play and how he slowed down. That should have been a touchdown. No, he runs a 4.5 40. He should have never been caught by anyone. I don't care if that guy was chasing him down running a 4.3. He had a 10-yard lead on the guy. He should have never been caught. Should have breezed into the end zone, and he was caught down at the 1 or the 2-yard line there when they reviewed it. So I appreciate the tweet, Cal Hammer. Big D Noah just tweeted me. Hard to come by 1 yard rushing all day, yet they take 3 out of 4 tries to get 2 yards with the game on the line. Poor decision-making. Pickett or Olsen could have gotten 2. I think you put it in the hands of Pickett right there. See what he has. See what he has. He's a freshman guy. You're probably going to be leaning on him next game. He's going to be your quarterback, I guess, next year. At least it looks that way because you pulled DiNucci early in this one. So I guess you're just going to give Pickett some experience. Let him I would let him, if he's the future, let him start next week against Miami and see what he can do. You should have put it in his hands there. Pressure situation. He should have at least thrown twice out of those 4 downs, but they ran 3 times. And it's hard to come by any yards against a Virginia Tech Bud Foster defense, let alone on the game on the line, 2 seconds to go. You saw what Virginia Tech was lining up with. They were going to run all the way. You didn't fool them, and Alex Officer got blown up, and Hall had no chance of getting in. All right, let's go out to the phone lines, and we got Masterson out in Regent Square. How you doing, Masterson?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I mean, good.
Good night. Yeah.
Yes, good night.
Yeah. How you doing?
It seems, well, I'm cruising along graciously and gracefully, but it's kind of discouraging. It seems like the Steelers.
I think that's how all Pitt fans feel. They're just discouraged. I know I'm on and the reason I bring it up, and I'm on a text, a group text with a bunch of my buddies. And, they just moan and groan about Pitt.
And the Pirates can't get it together.
Yeah, it's the same group text for me. So, yeah, it's frustrating I can tell for all those guys when they're watching these games. And, you just hear typical Pitt. Pitt does break a lot of hearts, that's for sure.
The Pirates can't get it together either.
No, the Pirate season.
I can't
want
to pay all this money to come over there and buy their groceries and pay their tickets.
Yeah.
And they cannot get it. They trade all the
Masterson,
and they can't get it together.
Thanks for your call, Masterson. I'm really anxious to see what they do during the owners' meetings at the beginning of December. If they make a move with Garrett Cole, if they make a move with Andrew McCutcheon, if they try to bring Neil Walker back. If they try to bring Neil Walker back, that's a big sign for me that they're going to say goodbye to Andrew McCutcheon. No question about that. I think the signing of Neil Walker is just to appease fans. That would be to try to get fans into the seats. Because if you're trading Andrew McCutcheon, I can pretty much guarantee you no one's going to show up unless you're winning by 10 games later in the season. But at the beginning of the season, you can just forget about it if you make that move now. So I think the Pirates have a difficult decision to make right now, whether they can't middle of the road it. They either got to say we're going to try to make a run for it or just say, hey, we're rebuilding. So they got to make a decision. All right, one more call before we go to break. We're going to go out to Bill out in North Hills. How you doing, Bill? Bill.
Hello?
Yeah, thanks for calling.
I think Narduzzi lost this season by not giving
DiNucci
a fair shake. Really.
I agree with you. I think they should have benched Brown. Even before
he was a great high school quarterback. He's a great game player.
Okay, Bill, I think he was a good high school quarterback. He wasn't even recruited by any big-time schools until Pitt came in and offered him a scholarship. But I like the kid. He's a good kid. They should have just, you know, when things weren't working out with Brown the first couple games of the season, they should have said, this is Danucci's team, and we're going to go with them.
He's not going to get any confidence if he's pulled after one mistake.
Well,
I mean, and in the North Carolina State game, they were leading. He got pulled.
Yeah, well, and that's the situation it's been all year. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about on KDKA-TV News tonight about, you know, the season is a disaster because they couldn't figure out and they don't have a quarterback. I don't think Bill Danucci is the answer, but he could have been the answer this year. And you could have brought Pickett along instead of trying.
I think he could have developed.
Well,
I think he has the tools to develop because he's a big kid.
Maybe he doesn't quite.
He's a young kid.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, I think the knock on him is he doesn't have quite the arm that they're hoping for.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, he did wonders at Pine Richland, but Pine Richland's way different than Pitt football. So,
yeah,
you know, I would have liked to have seen.
But I tell you what,
Bill, I would have liked.
Good against some of the best teams in the state, against St. Joe's.
Bill, do you live in the Pine Richland School District?
Yeah,
okay.
I do. No, I don't. I live in,
But you rooted for Pine Richland, so
at Pine Richland.
Yeah. So I get what you're seeing him. I totally get it. But my thing is you should have just given him the reins this year. You should have made Brown the backup, and then figured something out next year. Brought Kenny Pickett along. But yes, you ruin a guy's confidence by saying, I don't know if he's our guy. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. And I think that does nothing but doesn't do wonders for a kid's confidence. So I agree with you there. I don't think Danucci is the answer in the long run, but I thought he was the answer this year. I appreciate your call, Bill. Thanks for watching. Thanks for calling tonight. We got to take a break. Back with more phone calls, some tweets coming up next. Stay right there.